Seterusnya, dijemput Nur Syahada bin Bolhan dari SK Tanjung Berlipat untuk membentangkan kajian bertajuk DemoAd, Enhancing Year 2 Pupils Learning of Demonstrative Adjectives with Interactive Digital Platforms.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syahada binti Bolhan, and I am from the Language Department of SK Tanjung Berlipat, Subis, Sarawak. The title of my research is DemoAd, Enhancing Year 2 Pupils Learning of Demonstrative Adjectives with Interactive Digital Platforms. So this is a general overview of my innovation called DemoAd. DemoAd is actually a learning package that I have carefully curated for my Year 2 pupils who are still confused with the usage of demonstrative adjectives. So I have integrated 6 different tools to help them. Firstly, CoSpaces, and then Genially, Quizzes, Quiver, Canva, and also Padlet. All of these tools are being integrated into one learning package, and they are compiled on a website called Wix. So there are 3 benefits of using this innovation. Firstly, it is promoting interactive learning. DemoAd offers a range of activities focused on reading and writing skills, emphasizing the understanding of demonstrative adjectives. And then next, it is also very user-friendly, especially for the teachers and the pupils that will be using it. Lastly, it is a comprehensive learning environment because it guides you from step 1 until the last step. It is a step-by-step process which piles up and help you understand demonstrative adjectives. Here are the 2 research questions that kept me on track throughout my innovation project. Firstly, how effective is DemoAd in improving Year 2 pupils' understanding of demonstrative adjectives, specifically these, and that, those? Number 2, what are the pupils' and teachers' perceptions of the interactive features of DemoAd? For the methodology, I made sure my innovation project follows the ADDI model. Firstly, for the analysis stage, I had identified the learning goals. These are mentioned previously in the research questions. And then my target audience are Year 2 pupils who are still confused with the demonstrative adjectives, these, that, and these, those. And then problem identification. Here I have given them a pretest where they answer multiple choice questions. Next, for the design stage, I have set a learning objectives which are very clear for what they should achieve by using DemoAd. And then I plan my lesson, which heavily centered on topic 7, get dressed, because I find them struggle a lot with this topic. And then next, tool integration. Here I have mentioned before the 6 tools that I have integrated into my learning package. And then lastly, I make sure that my innovation is user-friendly and easily accessible for both teachers and pupils. Next, based on the data and insights that I got from analysis and the design stage, I produce the innovation itself, which is DemoAd. And then once that is done, I test it by making sure that it is effectively conveying what I wanted to achieve in the first place. Next, for the implementation stage, I made sure to do a test run or a pilot test with my Year 2 pupils during my English lessons. And then I made sure to guide them along the way. I guide them how to use the innovation step by step. And then I observe them by making sure that I know if they feel motivated or not by doing the activities, if they feel happy or nervous all throughout the lesson. And then the success criteria or success indicator is evaluated when the pupils can achieve or not the objectives of my research, my innovation. And then lastly, for the evaluation stage, I make sure I test the effectiveness of my innovation. And then the objective review. I make sure to review back the objectives of my innovation in the first place. And then future improvements. What can I improve to make the innovation better? Let's move on to the innovation itself. This is what you will see when you click on my innovation, which is called DemoAd. Basically, so this is what you will see on the first page, the one in green. There will be 3 buttons there that you can click on. Then when you click on the first one, it will guide you into Canva, where you will learn about new vocabularies about clothing. Once you're done learning the vocabulary, you'll go back into Wix, where it is all compiled, and then you'll go to the next activity, where you'll be making your own avatar by using the Hero Maker application, and then upload it to Padlet. And then, once they're done with that, you move on to the next button, where they learn about adjectives in general. So next, you'll see the one in Quiver application, where they will color the picture, and then they use the app to make the drawing come alive. And this is an integration of augmented reality. So that's about that for this part. Okay, next for adjectives, as you can see, I have used Canva, and you will also see two QR codes below. So the QR codes are actually questions that I have integrated into augmented reality website called WebAR. And when you scan your phone there, the questions will pop up. So it will look like it's floating on your screen. So that's that. And my pupils loved it so much. And they were very impressed by that. And then next, Canva. So like always, Canva is a useful tool for teachers to use in school. And then CoSpaces. Okay, so CoSpaces, this is my first time using it. And I find it very easy to use compared to other gamification application. And all throughout the lesson, I was right there guiding them all throughout the step-by-step process. And then lastly, Genially. So in Genially, I played an escape the room game with them. So they did it on their own, but I guide them all throughout the process. And this is very fun for me to curate because you can really make it personalized according to your pupils. And for this one, I made it clickable pictures where people can click and read instructions and make sure that they understand before they can move forward. So, and discussions. Here, firstly, we'll try to answer research question number 1. How effective is DemoAd in improving Year 2 pupils' understanding of demonstrative adjectives? So the pretest findings are, firstly, for the overall understanding, they are still very basic and could only answer about 50% of the questions right on average. And then the common errors that they have done included confusing the singular and plural forms and mixing up these and that based on the distance. And that's the specific challenge. Pupils had more difficulty with these versus those, especially in sentences with plural nouns. And for the post-test findings, the pupils have improved their understanding, where 80% of the pupils can answer the post-test correctly, which is higher compared to the first one, compared to the pretest, which is only 50%. And then for the error reduction, errors with singular and plural forms decreased, and pupils better grasp when to use these and that based on distance. And then it also enhanced their confidence. Pupils showed increased confidence and correctly used demonstrative adjectives in different contexts. Okay, what I would like to analyze are the improvement in scores, confidence levels, and the error reduction. So for the pretest average score, it was initially 50%, and then for the post-test average score, it increased by 30% to 80%. So the analysis here is that the substantial increase in correct answers indicates that DemoAd effectively improved the pupils' understanding of demonstrative adjectives. This improvement suggests that the interactive features of the application contributed to a better grasp of the concepts. Next, confidence level. The pretest confidence, 45% of pupils expressed uncertainty in their answers. 55% were confident but made frequent errors. For the post-test, 80% of pupils expressed confidence in their answers. Only 20% showed uncertainty. What I have analyzed from this is that the increase in confidence levels indicates that DemoAd not only improved the understanding but also boosted the pupils' self-assurance in using demonstrative adjectives. This contrasts with the pretest, where pupils were more hesitant and unsure. How did I know? I have made an observation of the pupils in the classroom during the lesson. And then the error reduction. For the pretest errors, there were 40% of errors related to mixing up singular and plural forms. And then in the post-test, it reduced to 15% related to singular and plural form. So the significant reduction in errors demonstrates that DemoAd interactive activities such as AR, which are augmented reality, and quizzes effectively addressed the errors that they have done in the first place. Moving on to research question number 2, what are the pupils' and teachers' perceptions of the interactive features of DemoAd? So here, it specifically means about the 6 integrated tools that I have curated in my learning package. So for the pupils' feedback, regarding the AR on Quiver, they really liked it and they find it very fun, especially the coloring part of it. But they find it sometimes hard to see, and they suggested using brighter color for them to see it better. And then for the interactive quizzes on quizzes, the quizzes felt like a game and they felt competitive all throughout the quiz. Then for improvement, they wanted it to have more question types or levels for them to be able to do better compared to their peers. And then for the immersive escape the room game on Genially, the game was exciting and made learning very fun. But they find it a bit hard, and adding hints or easier clues would be useful. So for me, this part of improvement is true, and I believe in their comments where they said that it is a bit hard. So I would have to make the easy ones or the easy questions more easier, and the harder ones also easier because their level of proficiency are not that high. And then lastly, for CoSpaces, virtual reality. So the VR experience was cool, but it made learning more interesting. So for improvement, sometimes it was difficult to move around. So for me, for this part, I would have to simplify the CoSpaces gamification application tool to suit my people's abilities because they can't really, this is their first exposure to VR. So I don't have to plong it all on them. I would have to move slowly for them to be able to use it well. And then for the teacher's feedback, the user friendliness and engagement. For the positive side of it, the DemoAd innovation kept the pupils interested and was easy for them to use. For improvement, maybe fix the occasional loading problems to improve the performance. And then for the augmented reality on Quiver, the AR activities help the pupils understand the content better. For improvement, some pupils needed more help with AR features. By adding more tutorials would be useful. I agree with this because this is also their first experience with AR, so they are not exposed to it in the first place. Very well. And then for assessment and feedback, the quizzes and assessments were effective with instant feedback supporting the learning process. And then for improvement, more types of assessments and detailed feedback would be helpful. And then lastly, the use of co-spaces. The positive part of it is that the VR experiences in co-spaces were engaging and it helped the pupils understand the contents better. And then for improvement, some students find it hard to navigate VR, so clearer pixels should help, and it would help it better if it's simpler, according to the teachers. So we have come to the last part of my presentation, which is the conclusion part. In summary, the digital innovation that I have created have both strengths and areas for improvement. However, with thoughtful adjustments, DemoAd effectiveness and the engagement of its interactive games can be enhanced. By making these refinements, DemoAd will become an even more valuable tool, making it easier for pupils to learn and gain knowledge effectively from. So, that is all from me. Thank you.
Terima kasih kepada Nur Syahada binti Bolhan atas pembentangan sebentar tadi. Terdapat sesi soal jawab selama 5 minit selepas setiap pembentangan. Soalan boleh diajukan melalui chat box YouTube.
Wave Beats Music.